Okay, welcome to the SRG Sports Talk Show with me, John Vick. And apparently we're doing two segments here. We're going to do a little bit of NBA and a little bit of NFL. Sorry for the delay, and apparently my cord kind of really got tangled up, but then it ripped. So apparently I have to use my aunt's cord, which is out here. But we're going to have to set the car until I get a new cord. What was taking so long was to charge the phone. So I do apologize for the inconvenience. I was supposed to start at 6. And I do apologize for the inconvenience. But I'm going to start with NBA. And I have about 3 games here. But then we're going to talk about a little NFL at the very end of this. Game 1 for NBA was Knicks and the Thunder. Thunder lost to the Knicks 180-90. And it was a very close game, I would say, because the Knicks do have a chance to get into the playoffs, even if it's pretty interesting. The Thunder, they're very close to it, but it was a very close game. I give both teams the kudos of it. Knicks did a very good job. Thunder did a good job. Very interesting. They both did good. On game 2 now is the Nuggets and the Rockets. Rockets were another close game here. 89 were the Rockets and 96 was the Nuggets. Nuggets were very interesting about this for game 2. And it was like, barring anything else, it was like when you think about it, the Nuggets scored pretty good in this version of it. And the Rockets were very, very close. These are close NBA games that I have seen within the normal parameters. And here's another close game, the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies were 94-90, and the Grizzlies lost, so it was the Warriors 94-90. So NBA has been getting very good at, I hate to say it, very close games in the last couple of days. They've been getting good players, for the most part. The only thing is the LeBron James situation is where he's going to end up for next season. But I would say just retire altogether. If he can't make up his mind on which team is he going to go for, where would it be? He's not going to sell it for Philly. Philly's already fair on that. I guarantee that. I would say the Lex, I would say just retire. But I would say maybe Chicago, if he decides to go there. New York, maybe. They got interested in New York. I think the Timberwolves have interest in him, but he might turn them down. So I think it's going to be hard. The other part of that would be, where is he going to end up with the Miami Heat? The Timberwolves, there's a lot of openings for him, but he can't make up his mind. I would say just retire altogether. Give up basketball. I mean, not completely, but to a point where he is. But no, speaking of which, I'm going to get back to the games here. I got a very short window on this video here. But no, these were very close games. I would say the Warriors and the Grizzlies, 2 good teams, very close games. Very interesting. I like it. So, that was the NBA right there. Now on to the NFL for week 1. And these are my predictions for week 1. And I got 8 teams here. Yeah, 8 teams. I had to make sure I didn't put 9 on the back. For week 1, I would say Tampa Bay is going to win week 1, maybe losing it, depending on who they face in week 1. New York Jets, I would say maybe they're going to win, but I'd say they're going to lose week 1. Overall, Philadelphia Eagles, they might win week 1, knowing what they're going to do. Browns, they could lose week 1. But I get Browns a head start in winning. Green Bay Packers, and maybe they're going to lose. LA Rams, I give it about a 50-50 with them. They might lose, they might win, but I think they're going to win their first week. Detroit Lions, I think they're going to lose their first week in week 1. And Miami, on the other hand, Miami Dolphins, I think they're going to lose their week 1. So I think it's a lopsided game for me for this week, for week 1 for the NFL, when it does start, for the most part. But, oh no, I would say the biggest teams will go. New York Jets, I would give probably a win to week 1 for them. Philly, these are my top 3 here. Philadelphia Eagles might go with week 1 and win it. And I think LA Rams might win week 1. So those are my top 3 teams that might go ahead and win overall. But I also want to talk about the LeBron James situation real quick for this video too. I would say just give up and retire altogether. I mean, if LeBron James does go to any of these NBA teams, no matter if it's Miami Heat, New York, Boston, he might end up where he wants to be, back home with Miami, but that ain't gonna happen. I would say just give up altogether with LeBron James. I would say give it up, dude. Just retire, for the most part. But if that does happen, and if LeBron James does go to the Timberwolves or the Lakers or the Pistons, or the 76, or Philadelphia 76ers, if he does go to any of these teams, I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia does take him. But he turned Philadelphia down for a contract. But I can't blame LeBron if he turned down Philadelphia. I mean, that would be kind of stupid enough to really think that he's going to turn it down. For the most part, and this is not going to be a long video. It's not going to be like my usual 10 to 11 minute video. But for the most part, if LeBron James does go somewhere, I would say he would probably end up at Buffalo Bills or the Brooklyn Knicks for the most part. I know he doesn't like New York, but that's how it is. He might end up with the Pistons. He might end up in Philly. I would say give Chicago a hit. Milwaukee. I mean, he might go to Milwaukee for the Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks, he might go there. But I would say just retire, give up NBA, give up basketball altogether. I know you got a few years in a contract, but if I was in my conscience, if I was LeBron James, I would just say, give it up. I can't do it anymore. Time for me to retire. If my conscience was going to say that to me. So I think he's arguing with himself. But anyway, that would be difficult. But let me know what you think about week 1 for the NFL. What teams do you think should be going in week 1? Any one of the teams. It could be anyone. Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints. Let me know in the comments down below what your teams could be doing. Or if you have a favorite team, Pittsburgh Steelers. But I would say the Pittsburgh Steelers do have a chance to get a win for the first week. I've always been a big fan of black and the yellow. I've always been a fan of Steelers football style of how they dress up. I like the black and yellow. It's really cool. And black is one of my favorite colors, actually, out of green, red, But it's mostly green and black I like, so it's like, yeah, I think it's the color issue of the uniform. You can't really judge me on that. I mean, if you judge me, you judge me. I mean, everybody's on their own opinion. But no, I would say for the NFL, I would give week 1 to probably New York Jets because they need wins. And I would say maybe the Browns for week 1. Tampa Bay will be another one for week 1. Probably Miami for week 1. And off this list, I would say probably the Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia is also on that list, but I'm not sure about that. I think Philadelphia is getting a little bit too big for their britches. I think they might lose the first week. So, any time will tell. So, for this segment of the SRG Sports Talk Show with me, John Vick, have a good day. I do apologize for the inconvenience. And have a good day. Have a good morning. And talk to you guys next time for the SRG Sports Talk Show. So until next time, John Vick signing out. Take care.